The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium in Japan and Group I of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. It's the penultimate match day in a very interesting looking group. As things currently stand, Kawasaki Frontale top of the group with 12 points, 4 out of 4 wins. Victory today will put them through comfortably as the top side in Group I. But what about Ulsan Hyundai and Johor Darul Tazim, the latter team visiting the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium right now? Well, they are level on 6 points apiece. And if the Malaysian team can produce an upset victory, then they make things very difficult for Ulsan Hyundai, who face Kawasaki Frontale in the last match day. Similarly, if the home side beats Johor Darul Tazim today, then for Ulsan Hyundai, their prospects of second place in the group and the possibility of making it through to the knockout stage look a lot healthier. Only the top team is guaranteed a place in the round of 16. And some of these Kawasaki Frontale players are really used to AFC Champions League campaigns. That after year upon year upon year of success domestically. Champions in 2017, 2018, 2020 and 2021. These fans have witnessed an extraordinary period of dominance in the Japanese top flight J1. But for the team that finished second last season, it has been a difficult 2023 campaign. That campaign has just drawn to a close, and it has seen Kawasaki Frontale finish 9th, their lowest since 2011. They take on a team from Johor Bahru, the second largest district in Malaysia by population, just opposite Singapore on the north bank of the Straits of Johor, who have won their 10th consecutive Malaysian Super League title. They have also 3 times won the Malaysia Cup and 3 times the Malaysia FA Cup, the latter this year. So both of these teams very experienced in the AFC Champions League. It is the 9th time that Johor Darul Tazim have played in this competition. They made the round of 16 once last year in a group that contained Ulsan Hyundai and Kawasaki Frontale. Virtually the same group as last season for both of these teams. And this has been a fixture that has yielded success, largely speaking, for Kawasaki Frontale. The high point being a resounding win last year in the group stage. On the first match day in this season's competition, it was tougher for Kawasaki Frontale. They won 1-0 at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium. Can they dominate in front of their home fans at the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium? Two very musical sets of fans. The visitors will doubtless have brought their drummers with them. But it will be all the fanfare for Kawasaki Frontale if they can go through with the joy of being unbeaten in the group and turn their attention to a knockout stage where they've actually never gone beyond the quarter-finals before. Huge game this for the visitors, absolutely enormous. They have still got a real chance of finishing second in Group I. The flagship club competition in Asia is nearing the end of its group stage. This is the penultimate match day, and the setting is the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium in Japan, as Kawasaki Frontale host Johor Darul Tazim of Malaysia in Group I. Frontale top of the group, 4 out of 4 wins. They are on the verge of safe passage to the knockout stage. The visitors are third in the group on 6 points, level with Ulsan Hyundai, who are second on goal difference. An upset win today for the Malaysians, and everything is open once again in Group I. But they're going to have to beat a team that is very difficult to win against in the group stage of the AFC Champions League. These are two teams who have historically dominated domestically over the last several years. Johor Darul Tazim, 10 times consecutive Malaysian Super League champions. Kawasaki Frontale, 4-time winners of J1. Number 14, Yasuto Wakizawa, was vital against BG Patum United in the last match day, scoring twice from the penalty spot. Veteran winger Akihiro Ienaga wears number 41 and goes in search of his first ever goal in continental competition, though his main role will be to create chances for number 9, Leandro Damiao. Mohamed Abdullah of the United Arab Emirates is the referee. His colleagues from his country are looking after the video review system. Shihan Hamzi is in goal for Johor Darul Tazim, having joined the club at the start of the season, having established himself as first choice. Young defender Feroz Bahruddin wears number 15. He's having a great season, first as a regular member of the starting 11. Up front is the veteran Fernando Forestieri, who has 19 goals in 19 games in the league. On the bench for the visitors, lots of creativity in the form of number 6, Juan Muniz, and number 13, Endrick. Captains Kento Tachibanada and Jordi Amat. Number 45, Fernando Forestieri. The Italian is going to be absolutely vital for Johor Darul Tazim if they are to produce a victory over the Japanese side, because his goal scoring in the league has been sensational. Last moments of contemplation for Esteban Solari's side. And likewise for Toru Oniki's team, knowing that they have almost made it through to the knockout stage. Match day number 5 in the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. The setting is the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium, as Japan's Kawasaki Frontale take on Johor Darul Tazim of Malaysia in Group I. And it is the visitors in white. And the visitors, who are third in the group at the moment, level on points with Ulsan Hyundai, who have, like them, won 2 out of 4 matches. Just goal difference that has the Malaysian side in third position. Victory today for Kawasaki Frontale would put them on maximum points after 5 games, comfortably through to the knockout stage. If the Malaysians are able to get a victory, then all changes in terms of the prospects of automatic qualification for them. Second in the group does not necessarily guarantee you a place in the next round. It depends on the overall picture of the group stage. Here is Miki Yamane for Kawasaki Frontale, playing his 15th AFC Champions League game today. Number 3 is Takuma Ominami. Just a 4th ever appearance in this competition for him. Wakizawa dispossessed. Good work in the midfield there from the Malaysians. When these teams met on the first match day at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, it was a 1-0 win for Kawasaki Frontale. The goal was scored by Marcinho, who is playing today wearing number 23. There he was, just for a moment, as we look at Toru Oniki, the 49-year-old, who's in charge of his 335th match at the helm of Kawasaki Frontale. 192 of them victories. He's presided over a brilliant spell for them. What a nice little touch that was from Arribas. Trying to make a nuisance of himself was Fernando Forestieri, but it was calmly done by Frontale. Ienaga, lovely touch. That's very experienced play from Ienaga, the 36-year-old. Noborizato trying to overlap to support Marcinho. Seko goes to Kyohei Noborizato. 42 is Arif Ayman, 21-year-old, who spent his whole career at Johor Darul Tazim. Seko overhitting it for Marcinho. Esteban Solari, 43-year-old Argentinian, took over at Johor Darul Tazim this year. His 39th game in charge, of which he has won 35 of them. It's been a hugely successful time. Not bad for his first managerial post after 3 years as the assistant manager at the Argentinian under-20 team, and then another couple of years in the same role for the under-23s. Oscar Arribas, 25-year-old Spaniard, who also has Filipino nationality. Joined the club this year after years in the Spanish lower leagues. Clear foul by captain Jordi Amat. Indonesian international. Little mix-up between Marcinho and Kazuya Yamamura. Yamamura, the 33-year-old from Nagasaki. Scored against BG Batum United in the last match day. Sang-Ryong. Yamane, so nicely worked out of defence under a little pressure. And the result of that pressure is they've got, well, I was about to say they've got space, and it was rather spurned by Tatsuki Seko. But that is where there's real potential for Kawasaki Frontale. If Johor Darul Tazim try to press really hard to get the ball back from the defence, with the sort of skill that the Kawasaki Frontale players have at the back, they're often very accomplished at playing the ball out of defence and then creating vast swathes of space in the midfield. Wakizawa. Touched on by Yamane. His judgment is always so good. What lovely football that is! And it's a very special moment for Akihiro Ienaga, because it's his first ever continental goal. The 36-year-old in his 33rd AFC Champions League game gets his first ever goal. It was set up so well by Takuma Ominami. Yamane's touch, absolutely perfect weighting on the ball. And then the right back, Ominami, well forwards, finding Ienaga. Unmissable. And a special moment for him. Really was lovely, intricate working of the ball from Kawasaki Frontale, and that little touch from Miki Yamane, the pass to Takuma Ominami, was just wonderful. And it's so often the role that Miki Yamane fulfills for Kawasaki Frontale, and indeed for the national team. He gets into very good advanced positions, and he does so much from those positions. Played back by Jordi Amat to Shihan Hazmi. Touch on was by number 4, Afik Faisal. No issues here really for Kazuya Yamamura. Back to one of the absolute veterans of the AFC Champions League, Jung Sung-ryong, in goal for Kawasaki Frontale today, as he has largely been during his lengthy spell at the club, although he hasn't played as many games this season as in recent years. But he won the AFC Champions League with Songnam back in 2010. A heavy touch from Marcinho. Bad ball there. Little touch from Bergson. It's going to be a corner kick. But the idea from the Brazilian Heberti was really sensible to play in his fellow countryman Bergson. Heberti to the near post and cleared by Ominami. Ayman. Heberti again. It's brought under control very well by Arribas. What a good stop by Jung. Kawasaki Frontale not picking up the second ball. Really good reactions from Jung. I think it might have touched Kyohei Borizatu as well on the way through, making it even more an impressive piece of goalkeeping. Marcinho at the near post. Arribas again. Feroz Bahruddin was trying to get something on it. Heberti. This is much more exciting looking from Johor Darul Tazim, as Heberti was rather over the top in his attempt to convince Mohamed Abdullah that was a foul. Faisal, 29-year-old who joined the club in 2017. He's been pretty close to being irregular for every season that he's been here. Heberti. Done well. Does have a bit of experience of playing in Japan. Shepherded out nicely by the captain, Tachibanada. Made it difficult for Arif Ayman to find any way beyond him. Just 21, Arif Ayman. Third year as a first-team regular, easily the best season he's ever had. One of a number of really good young players coming through in Esteban Solari's team. And he is evidently happy to trust them. Yamane. Goal scorer, Yenaga. The gentleman who provided him, Takuma Ominami, playing at centre-back today. He can function as a right-back. They've controlled so much of the ball, the Japanese team. Yenaga. Oh, that's lovely football. That might be a penalty kick. Well, Wakizawa Tachibanado, I should say, the player who went down. One wonders if it will get looked at again. It was Hong Wan, the player who got close to him, and some of the Kawasaki Frontale fans felt that there was a little clip by the 23-year-old. Hebeti. He's been fouled. Definitely stood on his foot. Kyohei Noborizato. As we look at Esteban Solari, who had a spell of over 350 appearances and more than 150 goals for clubs like Estudiantes, Defensa y Justicia, Argentinos Juniors and various others in his home country before travelling the world. Yamane, oh, almost to Marcinho unexpectedly, because Leandro Damião was the obvious target. Ominami. Wakizawa does well in midfield. The Malaysian team, founded in 1972, 51 years ago. They've been nicknamed the Southern Tigers, or Harimau Selatan, for just over a decade. Yenaga. Leandro Damião on his back to Wakizawa, who couldn't quite get an angle to shoot. Touch from Leandro Damião nearly played him in. How nicely won back, though, by the experienced Yenaga. Wakizawa loses the ball. And that's just about recovered by Ominami. Relief for Yasuto Wakizawa. Really important defending from the 25-year-old. Marcinho linking up nicely with Tachi Banada. Oh, almost played it perfectly. Still it's with Yenaga. Yamane, very good football. Without quite getting the power right on that final pass to Leandro Damião, but once again we see evidence of how Kawasaki Frontale can create very purposeful passing moves. Eberti touching it to Forestieri, who hasn't really been able to create a presence in the match thus far. And we are close to the halfway stage of the first half. Kawasaki Frontale 1, Johor Darul Tazim 0. Akihiro Yenaga, the only goal scorer. The first ever continental goal for him. Yenaga. Good play to Leandro Damião, flicks it back to Seco. And he was onside too. What perfect timing of the run from Leandro Damião, whose back heel was verging on the outrageous, to place that so well for Tatsuki Seco. And that would have been, if he'd made more of it, a first ever AFC Champions League goal for the midfielder. Well, he hasn't had the sort of goal-scoring season that he's used to. Leandro Damião, just 3 in the league. Space for Tachi Banada. Telegraphed it slightly to Oscar Arribas. Seco. Noborezato. Marcinho. Leandro Damião. Well won by Afik Faisal. Now can... Well, I was about to say, can the Malaysian team get it away? But the answer came more quickly than the question. And then from the edge of the area, off the post, I think it might have taken a deflection from Tatsuki Seco's shot. It's offside anyway, I think, there, because of the interference from Leandro Damião. Fehroz Bakhrudin. Comes across well to challenge. He was in the squad. Well, we'll come back to that, because Yamane's crossing tends to be quite accurate from those sorts of positions, but not so there. As I was saying about Fehroz Bakhrudin, he was in the squad in the 2020 and 2021 campaigns, but didn't play, so it's been something of a breakthrough year for him. That's been reflected in him playing 21 times in the league as well. Foul on the captain, Tachibanada. Arribas, who produced the best chance for Esteban Solari's team so far in this match. Yamane. Looking for Ienaga, they link up nicely. Ienaga needing to take that and bring the ball back onto his left foot, gave Arribas the chance. Yamane cut out well. The creativity really is all coming through that right wing, and players like Miki Yamane. Bergson, yeah, he does like to do the spectacular. And he's entitled to do that sort of thing, considering that he's scored 18 times in 20 games in the league this season. Never somebody who shies away from the opportunity to score a spectacular goal. Forestieri. Just the one goal for Forestieri in the AFC Champions League, despite those 19 scored in the league this season. That goal came last year in the 2-1 win against Ulsan. Should be Yamamura's. Well, if you're just joining the match now, only one goal from Akihiro Ienaga in the 8th minute separates these teams. Group I of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League, with Kawasaki Frontale at the top of the group on 4 out of 4 wins. And their opponents, Malaysia's Johor Darul Tazim, in 3rd place, having won 2 of their 4 games. The other teams in the group, Ulsan Hyundai and BG Patum United. Jordi Amat, born in Barcelona, but international for Indonesia since last year. His grandmother from that country. And a really moving moment for Jordi Amat, the captain of Johor Darul Tazim, earlier this year when he picked up his first ever international goal in the friendly with Burundi in March. Bahrudin, Anibas. Hongwan. Alibas. Fair challenge. No, actually it was given as a foul by Takuma Ominami, or on Takuma Ominami. I was about to say fair challenge in the mind of the referee, but the referee took a moment to make up his mind and concluded it was a foul. Card shown as well to Takuma Ominami. Hebeti, good opportunity. Ianaga with the clearance. Generally speaking, Kawasaki Frontale's decision-making when it has come to playing the ball out of defence has been so good. And it has served to neutralise much of the attempted pressing of the Johor Darul Tazim attacking players. Noborizato operating on the other flank. Tatsuki Seko. And they've worked that nicely. Arribas. What's the decision going to be? Well, a fortuitous one. Got the rebound. And the free kick ultimately for the foul on Afiq Faisal by Marcinho. Maybe there, Johor Darul Tazim guilty of not really attacking that break, that counter-attacking opportunity. Kachibanada. Wakizawa. There's a late challenge that will result in a yellow card to Hongwan, and that is a problematic one for the 23-year-old. player who joined in 2021 from Wolves in England, came through their youth team. And he will miss the next match as a result of that. It's a third yellow card of the group stage. We are into the last 10 minutes of the first half. It's controlled by Wakizawa. Amat. Aribas. Bergson again hoping for a foul. Eberti. Oscar Aribas. All too few opportunities really for the Malaysian team to get into a goal-scoring position. They had to resort there ultimately to a long pass. Hongwan. Bergson, 32-year-old from Rio Grande do Sul in the south of Brazil, decides to have one of his famous spectacular moments, and it's saved well by Jang Sang-ryong. And the veteran goalkeeper would not be remotely surprised to see Bergson doing that. Well, they did nearly produce something from the earlier corner kick. Has scored 2 goals this season in the AFC Champions League, Bergson. In the loss to Ulsan, the 3-1 loss, and that 4-2 win over BG Patum United. The fans of Johor Darul Tazim, led by their official supporters club, the Boys of Straits. Foul by Matthew Davis. That was definitely a foul on Leandro Damião by the captain, Jordi Amat. Looks a little bemused by the reaction of the Brazilian. There is a yellow card shown to the 31-year-old, born in Barcelona. Hasn't played many games in the AFC Champions League, but did experience continental football in Europe for the UEFA Europa League competition. Iheanacho controls it nicely, finds Wakizawa. And Shibanada, who's done really well, as he so often does, in the heart of midfield today. A player who disrupts counter-attacks, a player who can create them too. Nice play from Marcinho. Very nice from Marcinho, wonderful from Marcinho. The shot lacking pace, but real moment of individual skill from the player who scored the winning goal, the only goal on the first match day when these two teams met at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium. Oh, off the crossbar from Leandro Damião, so much space as well. And that could have been an enormously significant goal for the home side just before half-time. Yamane lets it go. Yet to score in the AFC Champions League this season, Leandro Damião. And that ball from Iheanacho was so well placed. Just a couple of minutes of additional time at the end of a first half that has been dominated from a possession standpoint by Kawasaki Frontale, but with just a single goal as corporeal reward. From the perspective of the visiting team, it could have been worse, it could have been better. They had a good chance with Oscar Arribas. (1-0) down at half-time to Kawasaki Frontale is not a disastrous position to be in. Seko. Yamane controls that really nicely, keeps the attack alive. Iheanacho to Tachibanada, looking for Marcinho. Marcinho across goal to Leandro Damião. The idea was excellent from Marcinho. and I think Leandro Damião and Miki Yamane muddled each other up. It's tight. It was actually Yamane who touched it in the end. Then he went flying into his own teammate. So two very good opportunities right before the close of the half. One for Leandro Damião, one for Miki Yamane. Some of the Kawasaki Frontale fans may feel it should be 2 or 3-0 at half-time, but because of that, gentlemen, they are ahead. Akihiro Ienaga in the 8th minute from Takuma Ominami's pass across goal. There have been some opportunities for Johor Darul Tazim, particularly the chance for Oscar Arribas, but Leandro Damião had an excellent chance to make it double the advantage at the break, and his teammate Miki Yamane did too. At the break then, it is Kawasaki Frontale 1, Johor Darul Tazim 0. The Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium in Japan, and match day number 5 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. The home team at the top of the group and looking as though they're going to stay there. 1-0 up at half-time and heading towards 5 out of 5 victories in what has been a very strong campaign for them thus far. That gentleman, Miki Yamane, involved, passing the ball to the one you just saw on the left there, Takuma Ominami, who found Akihiro Ienaga, the veteran, scoring his first ever continental goal, and there he is. Special day for him. But not without hope for Johor Darul Tazim, courtesy of Leandro Damião hitting the crossbar from very close range with a header, and Miki Yamane missing an opportunity just a matter of minutes after that. The Malaysian team find themselves just a goal away from catching up with Kawasaki Frontale, and they did go close with Oscar Arribas midway through the first half. Bergson also has had a few nice moments here and there. The second half begins. Johor Darul Tazim of Malaysia in possession, and a goal down to the hosts Kawasaki Frontale of Japan. It's Group I, match day number 5 of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Aggressive start from Kawasaki Frontale to the second half, and good backtracking there to recover possession from the Malaysians, but a sense of intensity from Toro Oniki's team at the beginning of the second half. The only goal so far from Akihiro Ienaga in the 8th minute. His first ever in this competition, and indeed in any continental competition. Jordi Amat shown a yellow card in the first half for a challenge on Leandro Damião. That's going to be a foul on Kyohei Noborizato. A little clumsy from Arif Ayman. What a good touch that was from Tatsuki Seko. Yamane. Oh, lovely play back to Miki Yamane. Good goalkeeping from Sihan Hazmi, but very nice football once more from Kawasaki Frontale. And at the risk of going on like a broken record, Miki Yamane at the heart of it. One of the most important fullbacks in Japanese football, linking up well with Seko. I wonder actually if maybe it was Hong Wan who touched it rather than the goalkeeper. Oh, a huge reaction from Bergson. Really did scream as he was fouled by Miki Yamane. Visiting fans who've made the journey from very close to the border with Singapore. It takes only about an hour or so from the heart of Singapore to cross to Johor Bahru. Touched on by Wakizawa. Towards Leandro Damião, and he's got it. Oh no, well, yes he has. I thought at first that had come back off the post, but it does creep over the line. Leandro Damião, a first AFC Champions League goal of this campaign, his 11th in total, and it's 2-0. Bounced off the ground, off the post and in. It's not the cleanest strike he's ever made of a football, but it's of no consequence, and it's a really agonising one there for Sihan Hazmi. That's a really important goal for Kawasaki Frontale. They've started the half ever so well. Arribas. Oh, good touch on there by Frontale to Bergson. Bergson goes across the face of goal. Lovely piece of football from Johor Darul Tazim. One of the nicest moves that we've seen from them. They got a little fortune as the ball came back off Yamamura. But that was a piece of quality. Just slightly dragged across goal by Bergson. What a good ball that is to Marcinho, controls it nicely, overlapping to support was Nabode Zato. But they didn't fall for it. The visitors okay for the moment. Lovely pass from Seko. Marcinho. Wakizawa. Little space created for Seko. Tachibanada will go out wide. Yenaga, scorer and provider. He's having a very good game. Seko, what a clever ball to Tachibanada, and what a good challenge from Hong Wan. But this is a vigorous-looking Kawasaki Frontale at the moment. They are, frankly, so much better in terms of the way they control the ball, the accuracy of their build-up play. Changes are to be made. Muniz and Corbenong. So, Fernando Forestieri being replaced by Olivier Corbenong. And we're also seeing Juan Muniz. So on is the 32-year-old Corbenong, born in London, one of two London-born players in the team, along with Hon Wang. We also have Juan Muniz, the 33-year-old from Gijón in Spain. Joined the club this season after a 3-year spell at Atromitos in the Greek top flight. Good pass to Arif Ayman, who doesn't have much in the way of options, or really anything in the way of options when he needed them. It was a little too late arriving. Oscar Arribas, the other player who's gone off, by the way, for Esteban Solari's team. Yenaga. Wakizawa. Noborizato. Ominami, who got so far forward so well and provided so accurately the chance, the unmissable chance for Akihiro Ienaga in the 8th minute. Borizato was the right idea, just need a little more height on it to find Marcinho. Eberti to the substitutes, Corbenong, who did play once for the Canadian national team back in 2017 before settling on a career with Malaysia. And he's been having the best season of his career, Olivier Corbenong, so a very wise move to bring him on now with a chance to make an impact. He scored 5 goals this season, and in the entire rest of his career, 5 in total before that, so it's been a transformed season for him, really. Seko. Kyohei Noborizato. Lots of space for Marcinho to trouble the defence. Leandro Damian, oh, well covered by Davis. Good defending. Must have had such a feeling of trepidation as Marcinho was bearing down on him again, but he made a good piece of judgment there. Wakizawa from Ienaga, back through to Seko, and it did take a touch off of a Johor Darul Tazim player. Yasto Wakizawa with the corner kick that comes off Bergson. And is then hooked away by Juan Muniz. Corbenon couldn't control it, neither could Bergson. All a little wasted in terms of counter-attacking potential for the Malaysians. Now they're back under pressure again. Oh, Marcinho! What a great run that was from the Brazilian. Oh no, and he's hurt as well. Oh dear. Well, it's a wonderful goal, but it's an awful sight afterwards. Obvious problem with his knee. Johor Darul Tazim paying a very heavy price for not getting that ball away. Marcinho from Miki Yamane's cross. I mean, it's a super run and an excellent header. It's brave play. Throws himself at the ball, gets ahead of Matthew Davis, but it's a very contorted body position as he lands. He seemed to get up and then immediately feel pain and fall down, but it looks as though he's okay now. Nonetheless, the goal is going to be reviewed for potential of a handball. And that check did not last long. What a fine piece of football that was, again, from Kawasaki Frontale. Yamane, who was an important cog in the machine of that first goal, providing the sort of characteristic. Well, that's going to be a foul. And he's got to be extremely vigilant here with himself, Hong Wan, because he could quite easily have been sent off for that, having already been cautioned. And there is an argument to be made that had he not already been given a yellow card, that would have been one. But as I was saying earlier, Miki Yamane, having provided an important pass in the first goal, he was instrumental with a lovely quality cross to make it 3. Nonetheless, when it comes to that third goal, one has to ask some rather pointed questions of the Johor Darul Tazim players, because there were chances to not just clear the ball, but actually create a meaningful counter-attack, and they ended up instead being hit very, very hard. Hasmi. Yamane. look at the difference between how Kawasaki Frontale get the ball out of their defensive third compared to what we've seen from Johor Darul Tazim in this match. That is very intelligent and quick football. What a shame, just from a purely aesthetic perspective, that no chance came from that, because it would have been a lovely start to finish move. But it's what Toro Oniki has created during his superintendence of this team, a very elegant and purposeful way of playing football. And of course the great advantage of the way things operate at Frontale is that he's been in charge for so long now. Took over in 2017, that he's been able to develop a style of football with players, many of them who've been there for a long time, like Noborizato, like Miki Yamane, who's an arrival in 2020. It's a style of football that they understand. And then the new additions, the players who've come through really in the last year or so, well, they, like Ominami, have adapted well. And we mustn't forget that Toro Oniki was the assistant manager for 6 years before taking over. And he's worked his way right up from being a youth team coach at the club. Hongwan for Oniki's opposite number, Esteban Solari, who, like Toro Oniki, is in his first job actually as a manager. This will be just a second loss, and that is hugely impressive. There aren't many people who get a 92% win ratio, win percentage I should say, in their first managerial post. Noborizato. I mean, there is one of those players who's known Toro Oniki for a long time, who worked with him in the youth team. He's been with the club since leaving high school in 2008. Good assertive work in the defence. They might as well make some changes now and give a little freshness on the pitch. And they are attacking changes as well. Indeed, all of these three changes are attacking ones. So no surprise to see Leandro Damião stepping off the pitch. Scorer of goal number 2. And Marcinho as well will depart after that brave and well-taken header. And certainly the right move to remove him, considering he's obviously in a little discomfort. Also departing is Yasuto Wakizawa, and we are seeing Yu Kobayashi wearing number 11, the 36-year-old veteran striker who's been with the club his entire career. We've got Dayatono wearing number 17 on, the 24-year-old who joined the club from the 4th tier in 2020, and Taisei Miyashiro wearing number 33, the young player who's come up through the youth team, who's had a very good season domestically, 29 appearances, 8 goals. So no suggestion at all that there will be any form of respite for the Johor Darul Tazim players at the back. Yenaga, Tono, Kobayashi, oh, very good save, that's unfortunate. Good finish though from Yu Kobayashi, who's barely stepped onto the pitch before he's plonked the ball in the back of the net. 4-0 now. Sympathy must go to Hazmi in goal. Tono though with a good cross, goalkeeper with a good stop, but if one is to be critical, he steers the ball back into the path of Kobayashi rather than scooping it away. But it wasn't an easy save. He was having to backpedal the goalkeeper. Isn't that well taken, though, by Yu Kobayashi the second time of asking. Good agility, scoops it in. And it's now becoming something of a demolition of Johor Darul Tazim. Well, I said when the substitutions were made, it was clear there was going to be no respite and that there was absolutely no intention for Toro Aniki to have his players sit back and hold that 3-0 lead. And a great example of how to make your case as a substitute, which is what Dayatono has done. He's only started 10 games in the league this year in his 29 appearances, so generally speaking, he's used as an option later on in matches. And he's a very useful one to use. Corminong. It's a shame we haven't really had the chance to see much of him since he's come on, because he really has been a shining light in the Johor Darul Tazim squad this season. Really high-impact, creative player from wide positions. Again, it's so well worked, and that is going to be a foul. But the authority, bordering on swagger, with which Kawasaki Frontale have played the ball out of their own area has been very enjoyable to watch. As Shin Yamada is getting ready to come on, this will be just a second ever AFC Champions League appearance for the 23-year-old university graduate. And the way the game is going, he will be raring to get on. He'll be thinking, come on, boss, just finish the instructions. Let's get the ball out of play. I want to take a few shots. Tono now working on the other wing. With great intensity to win the ball back. They're 4-0 up, Kawasaki Frontale, but still throwing themselves at the ball to recover possession. Miyashiro. Now we'll have the change. And it's going to be the man who got it all started with his first ever goal in continental competition, Akihiro Ienaga, the 36-year-old. He also provided Leandro Damião's goal. It's another excellent game from this beloved member of the Kawasaki Frontale squad. A successful 33rd appearance in the AFC Champions League for Akihiro Ienaga. He's replaced by a gentleman making just his second appearance in this competition, who probably looks at the man he's replacing and thinks, I would be very happy to have a career like him. Sensible move to take off Hon Wang, who has been cautioned. So Shahrul Saad, the 30-year-old, comes on. A defensive switch for Esteban Solari. But yes, more on young Shin Yamada wearing number 20, a graduate of the Toin University of Yokohama near Tokyo. He was at the youth team of Kawasaki Frontale before heading off to do his degree, and came back to Kawasaki Frontale as a special designated player. And that's a distinction that, as those of you who watch the J-League will know all too well, you can have if you are a university undergraduate who is effectively on loan to a club in the Japanese league system. Whereas Dayatono, who's wearing number 17, has done things very differently. Joined from a club called Honda FC, one of the last of the corporate teams in the JFL, a club that's known as the J's gatekeeper because they are the team that's notoriously difficult to get beyond if you want to get promoted to J3, and Honda FC can't get promoted to the professional leagues because they are a company team, not a city team. And part of the J-League's ethos when it was created in the early 1990s was that teams were not to be corporate. Hence why Honda FC is known as the J's gatekeeper, and Dayatono was plucked from them by Kawasaki Frontale a few years ago. Ebeti, a 35-year-old who does have dual nationality with Brazil and Timor-Leste. He's on loan from Bangkok United. Only joined the club back in July. Well won by Afiq Faisal. Juan Muniz. Bergson. And then Muniz. That could have been unpleasant for Jung Sung Ryong. Starting to curl a little awkwardly, but was a very fine example of why the first thing you learn as a goalkeeper is to bring the leg down into a blocking position as you get your hand onto the ball. Matthew Davis. Bergson just went running into a wall of blue-shirted players. Good effort from Corbinong. Hasn't he looked good today? Takuma Ominami from Aichi Prefecture. Part of the Japan national team that won the East Asian Championship last year, which is often used as an opportunity to test out some newer members of the national team or fringe players. Those who will be aspiring to a place in the team for the big one, the AFC Asian Cup in Doha at the start of next year. Foul and a yellow card for Feroz Bakhrudin. that has to be a foul, doesn't it? On Dayetono by Ebechi. He's played against Kawasaki Frontale before, Ebechi, when he was at Vegalta Sendai, one of the 3 clubs he's played for in Japan, along with Zaspa Kusatsu Gunma and Cerezo Osaka. Seko. Kobayashi. Tono. Kawasaki Frontale comfortably heading through to the second round, the knockout stage of the AFC Champions League. Based on the way things are going in the BG Patum United Ulsan Hyundai game, then the prospects of a place in the next round for Johor Darul Tazim are becoming fainter and fainter. Yellow card for Afiq Faisal. (3-1) at the moment for Ulsan Hyundai. Frustrating for him today, knowing that a place in the round of 16 was enticingly there as a prospect. Well, we'll come back to that because it's in the end rather a tame effort from Yu Kobayashi. As I was going to say, an enticing prospect for all of the first half dozen minutes or so, and a little more. He was offside anyway, the veteran striker. But it's been a great impact from Yu Kobayashi. On for about 2 minutes before scoring. And you talk about players who are beloved by the fans of a club. Yu Kobayashi is one of them. They absolutely adore that man. He's been with them for his whole career. He's played over 400 times. Yamada. Nearly. Not a bad idea. Zhao Schmidt is going to be the last change. Clearly defensively minded one. Holding midfielder to come on. Just for a moment there was a glimpse of a chance for Arif Ayman. 1 goal away from his 25th in all competitions for Johor Darul Tazim, and they've got to watch out for picking up some rather unnecessary yellow cards in the closing minutes. I think he may have been slightly ahead of the line. Nobonizato wasn't to know. So Afiq Faisal, who was shown a yellow card a short while ago, being replaced by Nacho Inso, 37-year-old. And we have Zhao Schmidt making an appearance for Kawasaki Frontale, as Toroniki is now, it seems, reasonably content just to hold on to the game. Definitely a foul and another yellow card coming. Substitute Shahrul Saad. It was Tatsuki Seko who was replaced by Zhao Schmidt. Had little glimpses here and there from Shin Yamada. More time to make an impact today than he had against Ulsan. Tracking back is the substitute who's just come on for Johor Darul Tazim, Nacho Inso. Born in Alicante in Spain, but Malaysian international player, albeit with just 1 cap back in 2018. Overly ambitious to try and win the ball back from there. Dayatono with a clear foul on Bergson. Yes, that's not really something he can question, nor does he try to. It's the second yellow card for a Kawasaki Frontale player. There have been 5 of them for their opponents. To the back post, across goal and punched rather than held by Jung Sung-ryong, but not to any great detriment. I think it is safe to say a very undramatic day for the fans of the Azzurro-Nero. There hasn't really been one moment in the match where they have not looked like considerably the stronger team. Muniz, Bergson, just couldn't quite work it into a shooting position. Would be nice for the visiting fans if they were to get one of those trademark Bergson long-range efforts to fly in and make their visit to Kawasaki more pleasant. A city just south of Tokyo, and a lovely bit of football there. Oh, that's delightful. Miki Yamane finishing so well, and how nice that a player like Miki Yamane, who is such a strong provider, gets a moment in the spotlight. It's his first ever AFC Champions League goal, and it's 5-0 now. Well, that's when you really feel like life's against you, when the right back gets to the edge of the penalty area and thumps it in with his left foot. Xiao Schmidt with the pass, flicked back by the substitute Miyashiro. And a very well-controlled goal there from Miki Yamane. There was a 5-0 win last season for Kawasaki Frontale against Johor Darul Tazim. It may be even more than that. Noborizato. It's been verging on relentless from the home team, though that's a rare moment of clumsiness with the ball from Noborizato. Oh, what tracking back that was from Dayatono. Miyashiro, who was so full of vision and clarity of purpose when he knocked it back to Miki Yamane. A good 335th game in charge. Win number 193 secured for Toru Oniki. Dayatono. He's performed well as a substitute, yet again. Maybe it becomes something of a curse, that, because when you've got a player like Dayatono, who is ever so good at coming on and transforming a match. Oh, there was an example of it, nearly picking out Shin Yamada. Then perhaps his destiny becomes to be in that role, to be the sort of person who you can rely upon when you need to change things. Bergson. Muniz. 4 additional minutes, well in progress. Kawasaki Frontale have really never quite managed to produce the sort of AFC Champions League performance that matches how strong they've looked domestically. They went out in the group stage last time and in 2018 and 2019. And in 2021 they lost in the round of 16 on penalties to Ulsan Hyundai. Quarter-finalists back in 2007 and 2009. And yet they are the kind of team that one always looks at and thinks they should be contenders to win it. And maybe, strangely, after such a weak season by their standards domestically, finishing 9th in the league, maybe this is one of their better-looking years on a continental stage. Well, for him, it's now a case of waiting to see what the last match day brings. They will face BG Patum United, knowing that Ulsan Hyundai will be 3 points ahead of them going into that match day, and with a much better goal difference now, because this has been a very difficult day for their prospects in terms of drawing level with Ulsan Hyundai and going beyond them to second place. behind for one last corner kick for Kawasaki Frontale, as their ever-buoyant fans have had their money's worth. Corner kick nearly fell to the centre-back Kazuya Yamura. Total control of this match and total control of the group for Toru Oniki's Kawasaki Frontale. 15 points from 5 games, and they are through to the next stage of the competition. All started with the gentleman you just saw, Akihiro Ienaga. But ultimately, this was complete domination. The second half producing 4 goals, Leandro Damião, then Marcinho, then the substitute Yu Kobayashi, before Miki Yamane scored with a couple of minutes left to make it 5-0. For the Malaysians, a difficult conclusion coming up to their AFC Champions League 2023-2024. At the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium, it finishes Kawasaki Frontale 5, Johor Darul Tazim 0.